Hey everyone, and how's it going? Bowserthehealer here, and Mistweaver is eating pretty well Season 3. I know there's a lot of players who are new to it for Mythic Plus who want to main this and use it, and I want you to have as much fun as I've been having with Mistweaver. Now, I'm going to go over the tier set and some other fundamentals that are pretty important for how to really make the most out of this tier set bonus. However, if you're looking for an actual tutorial or my reactions to the patch notes, I'll have those down below in the description. But if you understand mistweaving even remotely and you're prepared to get into melee combat and fist weave, then we have a lot of cool things to talk about. And before I jump into it, hey, if you could get subscribed, it means a lot to me. We're on our way to 10,000, almost at 7,000. And of course, the 1-year anniversary is going to be happening the week that this video gets uploaded. I'm very excited about it. So let's get into it. The tier set bonus, if you haven't heard it yet. Renewing Mist applies Chi Harmony to its initial target, increasing the healing taken from you by 50% for 8 seconds. Then the foreset, 20% of all healing you do is stored into targets with Chi Harmony and then dispersed evenly among allies that have Renewing Mist on them when Chi Harmony fades or is refreshed. This is super cool. However, this is more useful in Raid. The 4-set bonus, it'll work in Mythic Plus, but if you use the 2-set well, you're going to be using the 4-set well. So they kind of work hand in hand. So we only really need to focus on the 2-set, and you're going to be playing with it earlier because you'll probably get the 2-set before the 4-set. And you'll be very happy that you know what you're doing here. Before I get into how we use it, let's go over a few Mistweaver basics that are pretty important. Ancient Teachings are fist weaving passive that lets Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, and Rising Sun Kick all do healing for 150% of the damage they deal. That's split among 5 targets. So if you're healing one person, that means all 150% of that damage converted to healing goes right into them. So if it's 100k, that's 100k right into the one player hurt. If 2 players are hurt, though, that's going to be 50k into both of them. If 5 players are hurt, that's going to be 20k. This is pretty important to know, and one of the reasons why some of the buffs that came to us make our talent bounce back stronger and our expel harm hit a bit harder, because now we can more reliably boost our health bar back up to full so that we have less targets to heal. And using your instant cast Vivify and any of the other tricks to kind of boost someone's health bar up quickly can be very useful in allowing you to heal the couple remaining players with just fist weaving and not have to dip too heavily into your mana bar in order to get that healing done. Let's also go over a few other important moves. Enveloping Mist is a 7-second heal over time that provides an additional amount of healing up front when used with Thunder Focus Tea and becomes instant cast. But the big kicker here is that it makes the player take 40% increased healing from you for that duration. That's pretty strong. It also will produce a Renewing Mist, which you'll probably understand where this is going in a moment. We used to use this before to, like, say, quickly heal someone, right? Say I hit this target with the Thunder Tea, Enveloping Vivify, and you probably saw that number. It's quite big. You could also use this with fist weaving to kind of giga heal one player a little bit quicker, again eliminating how many targets need to be fist weaved at once, which is better for more potently healing those players. And you can also use it combined with Chi Ji to instantly set off your enveloping breath and get the bonus healing out and get a Renewing Mist out while you're using your big Chi Ji window. And if you have that with an Essence Font out already, the healing goes crazy. The final thing to talk about is Renewing Mist. Renewing Mist is our standard heal over time, and it lasts about 20 seconds. Note that our Essence Font and Renewing Mist are extended in duration with our Rising Sun Kick with the way we're built, and a Renewing Mist, if you've never seen it before, will jump to an unhealthy target if the target's fully healed. That's pretty neat for a 4-set, but anyone with a Renewing Mist gets a heal if you Vivify. So you can kind of cleave heal with these, and so jumping to a new target's also important, especially when we start factoring in our tier set. Now, note that Rising Sun Kick will also deliver a brand new Renewing Mist to someone, and so will our Enveloping Mist. And additionally, so will our Life Cocoon, which will put an Enveloping and a Renewing Mist on someone. So you can get a lot of these heals out incredibly quickly. And yes, to put it all together, that all produces our Chi Harmony bonus. So Chi Harmony making us receive 50% more healing is a pretty big deal because you can get a couple of these out very quickly, and as you fist weave, every single reset you get on Rising Sun Kick that lets you press it again is producing yet another Renewing Mist. So there's 2 main functions for this, and to keep it simple, the first one's spot healing. Before, when you need a spot heal, you would either just use your instant cast Vivify, or you would use a Thunder Focus Tea into Vivify to kind of super heal them. You can still do that, however, Now, I honestly recommend just start by hitting Renewing Mist. You'll get your Gust of Mist off, your Mastery, and they'll start doing a heal over time. If you need more healing, simply press Vivify to get a pretty disgusting number without even touching your Thunder Focus Tea. Let's say someone's like having the worst day of their life. You could theoretically Thunder Focus Tea, Enveloping Mist, Renewing Mist, Vivify, and you can do some unspeakable amount of healing to one person. And I recommend this. In fact, I have an Algathar Academy test I like to do to show off just how fist weaving and some of the other healing mechanics work for Mistweaver. And as you can see here, if you use Soothing Mist to do the same thing, you can get some absolutely dummy numbers. So if a tank's going to be dying, you can hopefully prepare and not let the tank die. But the other use case for this is, of course, ramping. When it comes to ramping, I recommend the following. Use 2 Renewing Mists to get 2 Nourishing Cheese out, then a Thunder Focus Tea Enveloping Mist, and then get right to Fist Weaving starting with Rising Sun Kick. This means that another Renewing Mist goes out, which means another Chi Harmony goes out, and everyone who already had it is getting Giga Healed from your Fist Weaving. This is an incredible amount of healing. It's hard to put into words. Before the Galakron Fall nerf, I was able to get like something stupid like 260k healing per second in like a 19 or a 20. It was insane. If I can get my high score from that currently, I'll try to have that clip here. But you can get a lot of healing, and if you combine this with an Essence Font, a Chi-Chi, a Phalanx Stomp, the 2 Renewing Mists, and the Enveloping Mist, and you line all of that up to get the most amount of Chi-Chi uptime, yeah, it's a lot. People probably shouldn't be dying. If people die, something terrible has happened, and it's probably not your fault, or, you know, it was an instant wipe mechanic and someone made a big mistake. Now, this is so powerful because in pugs, right, players take extra damage, or they don't kick effectively, or they get hit by frontals. There's lots of little mistakes that players make in pugs, compared to like an organized group where everyone's in comms and they can accurately call out like where they need interrupts and stops and kicks and where they can press defensives. And because players aren't good about pressing the defensives or stopping moves all the time in Mythic Plus, part of what makes this so powerful is that you can cover their mistakes easiest with Mistweaver. And this has been true even in Season 1 and especially in Season 2. Mistweaver could do a lot of work in dealing with pugs. They're my S+ rank for pug healer. They're not necessarily going to be the MDI pick of choice every single time. You rarely see them in competitions such as that, but it does perform incredibly well. And that ability to carry when you master this spec is actually out of this world, and you'll get players who are so happy with you. I feel like I get the most amount of compliments when I'm on my Mistweaver, so I think a lot of you will enjoy it. Now, if you want to see a little bit more of this in action, I'm going to do a walkthrough of an example poll that I have here, but if you don't need that, once again, hey, get subscribed if you like this kind of content, and thank you for watching. But for those of you who want another visual example, I will walk you through a poll right now. Okay, so in for some example work. I start the fight off by hitting an Essence Font. I like to do this because this means I can get double mastery procs on people. You can just use your Renewing Mist as well, but sometimes this is just a habit of mine. Now that I've gotten tier set, I'm not necessarily always pressing my Renewing Mist at the start of a fight. I hit my Phalanx Stomp and I start my Fist Weaving. That first Fist Weave hit, that first Rising Sun Kick, already put down a Nourishing, not a Nourishing Chi, a Chi Harmony on someone, my tier set bonus, and I can get busy doing my thing. Nothing crazy happens here. The tank gets hit with a frontal. I put a Renewing Mist on them for the bonus healing, and a bear's just going to self-heal. That's not going to be a big deal. I hit my Tiger's Lust, and then I get back into melee. I have to reapply my Phalanx Stomp to get my Fist Weaving going, but now I can start healing people. So I just Fist Weave, and because of the Renewing Mist I put out earlier, I'm able to quickly Fist Weave everyone back to full, and I believe I use my instant cast of Vivify here to just quickly top a player off, and then I hit a Renewing Mist on them for good measure. And then here comes that group-wide damage. So from here, I hit a Renewing Mist, I hit another Phalanx Stomp, a Rising Sun Kick, and from just my Fist Weaving, we've kind of topped everyone off incredibly quickly. And that's sort of the power of this set. I've used very little mana, and I have 9 stacks of Mana Tea, which I may or may not have had a few walking into the pull, but that's still very useful. This time I hit Essence Font. I actually popped my my Worgen Racial to go a little bit faster here to make sure I stay close to the boss. And then I get to dropping more heals on people. I start with a Renewing Mist on one target, a Renewing Mist on another target, and then I get back to Fist Weaving. And then we're up healthy enough that I'm not worried about this room-wide AoE. The room wide AoE comes down, and then I do get a little bit worried. So I hit my Thunder Focus Tea, which just came off cooldown, and Enveloping Mist take out of there down at the bottom of my list. I then hit myself with a bubble just so that one more target has some heals going, and then I get back to Fist Weaving. At this point, I actually, multiple people get hit with a breath, and I get a little bit nervous. So I pop Chi Ji here so that they have a shield on them, so I can hopefully keep them alive. And then I walk back into range, hitting some Renewing Mists, getting things started. Note that Entangling went away because I'm in Chi Ji right now, and you are not allowed to be slowed or rooted while in Chi Ji. So I'll actually just get rid of it for me. I then hit a really nice Phalanx Stomp and actually gets Essence Fawn on everyone. This is great, but completely unplanned. I attempt this every time I hit the button, but that's fairly useful. And then it's just back to Fist Weaving. I get my instant free cast of Enveloping Mist. I don't even think I use it at first. I think I just Fist Weave people up with the Chi Chi buff running, and then I utilize it to get some quick heals down, get some Chi Harmonies out. Excuse me, I keep getting it confused with Nourishing Chi. That's a bubble talent. That has nothing to do with Renewing Mist. Another Thunder Focus Tea to get the heals rolling again with an Enveloping Mist, and then it's just back to Fist Weaving, and you can rinse and repeat this forever. And as you can see, that sort of upkeep allows me to do a ton of healing, 105k, and this fight isn't particularly damaging, but I seem to get all the healing I need there, and I'm able to keep people up right now. You might be a little worried about my mana bar here, but note that I'm almost at the max 20 stacks for Mana Tea and the boss fight ends. So I could have definitely filled up almost my entire mana bar there just drinking my Mana Tea. And I use Shayloons at the end of the fight because I know I have a full Shayloons. I might as well use it and save on potentially other buttons, because why not use the resource? And I could have used it earlier at any time. However, Shayloons has a bit of a cast time, and so I typically use that for more planned instances of healing, or as my last ditch emergency heal when I don't really want to press my Mass Dispel. But I hope this made sense. I hope you learned a lot from it. And just as before, if you like healing content, hey, it'd mean a lot to me. Get subscribed, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, friends.